Do you want to know how to install a board and batten accent wall? Well, here's a few tips on how to do it. First, I do take some tape just to figure out the exact layout of the space. Then I take 1/2 inch by 3.5 inch MDF and install it by applying a bit of liquid nails on the back side and then use some 2-inch finish nails on the front, basically wherever I can find some studs. I would highly suggest grabbing a laser level because it makes it extremely easy to install these vertical slats perfectly straight, which is very important, especially considering the fact that all of these are so close together. Once you have all the vertical slats taken care of, I then start installing the horizontal slats, measuring every single one, and just remember, even if there isn't a stud at the very end of each board, you still want to make sure you're nailing it in place. After I have the first wall taken care of, I then proceed to the second and the third, and after all of those are fully installed, I come back to my paint and patch and start patching all of my nail holes as well as the seams. I also take some caulk and apply that to all of the edges because you want to make sure you have a quality seam, and if you don't do that, then when you paint it, you'll see that seam every single time. As we wait for that to dry, I then grab some frog tape, apply that to all the areas that I don't want paint on, as well as some painter's plastic. Put that around the entire room, including the ceiling, and it's now time for sanding. I'm using a random orbital sander with 220 grit sandpaper to fully smooth out all the joints as well as all the nail holes that I created. This way we have a nice seamless finish, and once that's taken care of, we're ready for paint. We're using our Wagner Flexio 3000 to fully spray out this entire area, and I do suggest thinning down your paint first before you start spraying, just to make sure we have a nice fine finish and spray as we proceed to applying the paint with 2 coats. After I'm done applying the second coat, I immediately start removing the painter's plastic because I do find it's easier to remove this while keeping that fine line if it's still a little damp. Now the tricky thing is with paint sprayers is that sometimes it gets into areas you just don't want it to get to. Unfortunately for us on this project, we didn't have the original paint color on these walls, but luckily we have Data Color on our side. With their amazing color reader Easy, all you have to do is press that little green button, and as long as you downloaded the free app, you're able to pinpoint almost exact color matches, which has built-in swatches already in their program, so you know for certain that it's the right color. Just make sure you have the right sheen. I'll make sure and leave a link in the description box below for this product, as well as the full tutorial on this entire project, because as you can see, this project turned out to be one beautiful, sexy beast. Oh yeah,